When you look at a map, it feels so permanent. But right now, we're watching those lines get completely redrawn.
Yeah, literally in real time.
Exactly. So, welcome to the Deep Dive for Monday, July 13th, 2026. We are proudly part of the RTV Global Network.
And a quick shout out to our friends Alex and Jamie over at the Daily Tech Catch-Up.
Great show, but today your mission is to see how, well, vulnerability is linking the biggest stories on Earth right now. We are cutting through a really chaotic news cycle today.
Right, trying to connect the dots between a physical blockade in the Middle East, a massive cyber heist in Sri Lanka, and, the World Cup.
Yeah, the undeniable unifying power of the World Cup. But let's start with the Strait of Hormuz.
Right, so Donald Trump just announced the U.S. will act as the guardian of the strait, which means restarting a naval blockade of Iran.
Wow.
And actually collecting tolls for passage. Plus, the UK has completely banned support for Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps.
I mean, that is a massive flex over one of the most critical energy choke points on the planet.
Well,
But Dubai's response is what really caught my attention here.
yeah, they are definitely not waiting around for the diplomatic fallout.
No, they are planning a massive new port and container terminal on the UAE's east coast, specifically to just, well, bypass the strait entirely.
It is a bold move.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like, your landlord suddenly setting up a toll booth at the front door of your apartment building, so you just grab a sledgehammer and build your own back door.
That is exactly what it is like.
But I do wonder about the logistics here. I mean, concrete takes years to pour, right? So how
Yeah.
quickly can global trade routes actually adapt to a political threat like that?
Well, the physical infrastructure obviously takes years, but the economic rerouting, that happens almost instantaneously.
Wait, really? How so?
So when a state like the UAE announces a bypass port, global shipping insurers immediately recalculate their risk models. They start adjusting premiums for routes that, plan to use that new infrastructure.
Oh, I see. So the money moves first.
Exactly. The flow of capital shifts before the first brick is even laid. It proves that economic agility can outmaneuver naval dominance before the ships even move.
Right. So Dubai is essentially throwing billions at physical infrastructure to fix a geographical vulnerability. But over in Sri Lanka, we're seeing proof that physical borders mean absolutely nothing if your digital borders are porous.
Yeah, this is a wild story. Over 88 million US dollars and 4 million euros has just vanished.
Which is roughly 31 billion rupees, just, siphoned right out of Sri Lanka's state coffers.
And the chief of the COPF, Sri Lanka's Parliamentary Public Finance Committee, just flagged a separate $2.5 million loan repayment loss.
Right, like as a definite cybercrime.
Exactly. But what really stands out here is the government's silence regarding that 88 million. Masking the true scale of a breach this large usually indicates a systemic architectural failure.
Like it goes pretty deep.
Yeah, we aren't talking about a lone hacker guessing a password. A heist on this scale means perpetrators are likely exploiting legacy interbank payment systems, or maybe bypassing outdated state gateways.
Wow. Gateways that just haven't been patched for modern encryption. I really struggle to wrap my head around this. I mean, how does an entire government stay quiet while 31 billion rupees vanishes?
It is baffling.
Especially when you look at what their legal system is doing right now. Local magistrates and district court judges are actively protesting.
Yeah, because there's a move to extend the retirement age for superior court judges.
Right. It just feels absurd. You have a massive financial crime unfolding, and the very people meant to uphold the law are paralyzed by an internal dispute over tenure.
Well, it's a glaring example of institutional fracture. When a government faces severe financial and political stress, internal preservation just sort of takes over.
That makes sense.
The judiciary is tied up in a labor dispute, which leaves massive blind spots in legal oversight. The mechanisms designed to investigate a state-level cybercrime simply cannot function.
Because the system itself is at war from within.
Precisely.
It paints a pretty grim picture for the people navigating that economy daily. Yet, and this is the crazy part, despite the chaos, Sri Lanka just emerged as the fastest growing overseas destination for Indian weddings.
Yeah, they are projecting a 25% spike for 2025.
It almost makes you wonder if destination weddings are the ultimate recession-proof economic stabilizer. Like, should countries prioritize that over traditional exports?
I mean, human connection operates on a completely different economic wavelength. The hospitality industry relies on cultural momentum.
Right, which doesn't just crash because state payment systems fail.
Or because judges go on strike, people still want to get married. and they seek out beautiful locations to do it, regardless of the macroeconomics.
And speaking of that drive to celebrate, it brings us right to the 2026 World Cup, which is proving to be the ultimate global unifier this week.
Absolutely. The Final Four is officially set.
Yeah, Argentina just defeated Switzerland to lock in a massive semifinal clash with England.
And the other side of the bracket is a true generational showdown,
Oh yeah, France will play Spain for that final spot.
meaning we get to see Mbappe and Yamal face off. No matter what is happening with blockades or cyber attacks, a match like that forces the entire globe to stop and watch.
It really does. We are living through this intense era where state funds can vanish through invisible digital backdoors.
And then major powers are trying to lock down physical oceans.
Yet life, weddings, and the World Cup push forward regardless, which actually brings us back to that map.
Right, the redrawn lines.
Exactly. So I want to leave you with a thought to mull over today. If a city like Dubai can literally redraw the map of global trade just to bypass a political coal booth, are our geographical borders becoming less relevant than our economic agility?
That is a fascinating question.
Something to ponder the next time you look at a globe.